Sasha Joven Itaban from grade 12 Class A Math of Bangon National High School. Have you ever wondered about how to construct a research title? In this video presentation report, I'll be discussing a crucial step in conducting a research, which is constructing a research title. So our topic is research title development. This process may seem simple at first glance, but it actually sets the tone for the entire research journey. A well-developed research title reflects the scope, focus, and direction of your study. So now let's dive into the purposes of the research title. The research title is more than just a name. It serves as several important purposes. It summarizes the main topic of your study. The title gives a quick idea of what your research is focused on without needing to read the whole research paper. This helps readers immediately grasp the central issues or theme being explored. Another purpose is it helps readers quickly understand what your research is about. Just by reading the title, people can know if your study is something they're interested in. So if you have a well-developed research title, the readers will quickly understand what your research is about. So another purpose is it sets boundaries and shows the variables or aspects being studied. The title tells what specific part of topics your research will include or leave out. This avoids confusion and makes your research focus more specific and clear. Another purpose is it gives a clear idea of the methodology or population involved. It often shows who or what you studied and how the research was done, like surveys, experiments, or etc. This helps readers understand the approach you use and who the findings might apply to. In other words, a good research title helps your audience understand the what, who, and sometimes the how of your study. Now, we are going to dive into elements of a good research title. A strong research title usually includes the following elements. First, the main topic or subject. You're going to ask yourself, what are you studying? You as a researcher need to know what topic or subject you are really interested in, so you can finally decide and can focus in your one main topic or subject. Another element is the key variables, the independent and dependent variables. You can also call the independent and dependent variables as the cause, the independent variable, and dependent variable, the effect. So these are the main things you are studying. The independent variable is what you change or focused on, and the dependent variable is the result or effect you want to measure. Another element is the scope or limitation, or sometimes we call it as, the other term is the scope and the limitation. Where or to whom is this study focused? This shows the place, time, or group of people your study is about. It keeps the research focused and clear. Another element of a good research title, lastly, the population. If applicable, it's not that necessary. It depends on your teacher. The population. Who are your respondents or subjects? These are the people who will answer your survey or be part of your study, like students, teachers, or residents. So again, those are the elements of a good research title. The main topic or subject. Another one, the key variables. the scope or limitation, or sometimes what we call the scope and the limitation, and the population. So now let's discuss about steps in developing a research title. Number 1, identify your area of interest. What field or problem are you interested in? So it could be about education, health, and environment. So I'm going to use as an example our research title for our subject, practical research. So our research title is the effectiveness of dengue awareness and public health campaigns. So obviously, as you can see, if you read our research title, the problem we're interested in is about health. So number 2, review related literature. Read related studies to find trends, research gaps, or repeating variables. So finding some review-related literature about health can be our reference or your reference to make a good research title. Number 3 is formulate your research problem or questions. Ask, what do I want to find out? Your title should reflect that. Like if you read our research title, you will already know what we really want to find out. It's the effectiveness of dengue awareness and public health campaigns. So number 4, identify the variables. What is your independent variable and dependent variable? Number 5, choose the type of research. This is the research design. Is it descriptive, correlational, experimental, or qualitative? Number 6, start drafting possible titles. Use templates like a study on your dependent variable, then of your independent variable among, then say the group or the specific group that you're going to study in. So another template is like an analysis of what's your topic in relation to then your variable. Number 7 is refine and finalize. Make it clear, concise, and specific. Avoid jargon. Keep it within 10 to 15 words if possible. Again, the steps in developing a research title. Number 1, identify your area of interest. Number 2, review related literature. Number 3, formulate your research problem or question. Number 4, identify the variables. Number 5, choose the type of research. And number 6, start drafting possible titles. And number 7, refine and finalize. Now, let's talk about characteristics of a good title. A good research title should be, first, concise, straight to the point. The title should be short but complete, using only the most important words to describe your study. Don't use some deep words or difficult words. So it avoids unnecessary details while still giving enough information about your topic. Another characteristic is specific. Avoid general terms. It should clearly state what your research is about, not something too broad or vague. A specific title helps the reader know exactly what to expect in your study. Another characteristic is clear, easy to understand. Anyone reading your title should quickly understand what you are studying. Using simple and familiar words makes your title more accessible to a wider audience. Another good characteristics of a good title is reflective of content, matches the research aim. Your title should show what the study is really about, including the topic and key variables. It should honestly reflect what readers will find in the actual research paper if they will read the whole research paper. And another characteristic of a good title, free from bias. Neutral and objective. The title should not show personal opinions. It must be fair and based only on facts. It must not show some assumptions, or you must not show your opinions on your research title. This makes your research appear more credible and trustworthy. Again, the characteristics of a good title: concise, straight to the point. Another one is specific, avoid general terms. Another one is clear, easy to understand. Another, reflective of content, matches the research aim. And lastly, free from bias, neutral and objective. Now let's jump in tips in title making. First, use action words like analysis, evaluation, relationship, assessment, or impact. We usually or commonly use the word impact, right? Another, avoid unnecessary words like a study of. Unnecessary, just not to make it too broad. Another tip is don't make it sound like a sentence or just like an ordinary sentence. Or a question. Don't make it sound like a question unless the format allows it, because sometimes there's some research titles that it's in question forms. So another tip is double check your grammar and capitalization, because it depends on the format you're following about the capitalization. But your grammar is very important. That's a research title. That's why your grammar is very important, to make it more clear and to make it more specific. You need to double check your grammar and capitalization. And that concludes for the reporting of our topic, research title development. So just to add to our discussion, remember, developing a research title is not just about naming your study. It's about presenting your purpose in a clear and powerful way. Remember, your title is the first thing people read, and it can either draw them in or push them away. So be thoughtful, be precise, and most of all, let your title speak for your entire research. So any questions? Feel free to ask if you have any questions, or if you want to try forming a research title of your own, I'd be happy to help. Again, I am Sasha Joven Itaban, reporting. Thank you for watching! Sasha Joven Itaban from Grade 12 Gas AB of Palma National High School.